There's a lot of people on here who would say, well, I don't want to be the person to say I told you so. I am that person, actually. And I will be the person to tell you, oh, we told you so. Oh, yes, we did. We told you. We screamed it. We yelled it. We wrote it down on social media. We did all kind of things. So I have no problem being a person to say, yes, Black America told all of you so. Now, case in point, a Latina is going to respond about what some Canadians was asking Americans about what's going on in your country. Why won't y'all do something? Let's check that out.
So there's an online discourse about why Americans aren't rioting, right? Or why we're not protesting. Obviously, part of it is because we know this is an attempt to provoke us into taking action, and that way they can declare martial law and really strip us of the remnants of rights that we have, right? But there's a Canadian on Threads who asked, like, why aren't we rioting and protesting? And somebody responded, like, oh, because we have police officers that are more than happy to pew us in the face. And all I keep thinking about is Black people told us this decades ago. Black people told us about police brutality, about state police, about like excessive use of force. Like, they have told us for decades and nobody believed them. You have movements like BLM and other things and like the ACLU that like try to advocate about this, and they've been telling us for years they're doing it to them, soon they're going to do it to us, right? And there's a spectrum here, right? So modern day, I mean, obviously Latinos are less policed but still hyper policed compared to white communities, right? But we were told this for a long time, that state police, well, I guess the police of the state, not literal state, but like sanctioned police officers, authority figures, law enforcement are more than happy to be violent against us, but nobody believed them because they were Black people. And on top of that, everybody would villainize them and make it seem like it was their fault. So this is all part of it. Race and racism is intrinsic to what's happening in all facets of the U.S. government and the overreach and the lack of civil rights and protections.
Now, the interesting part that she said was about even her community, say like we are policed, but not like Black people basically are policed. And any community that isn't policed like Black people are policed, you're going to do very well in America. See, that's one thing that a lot of immigrants have never really experienced until now. I'm going to say until now, is the way the cops, or in their case, ICE, is treating them. ICE is treating them no different than the local police have treated us. Trust me on that. We've dealt with the jump out boys and 12 kicking in our door and everything ICE is doing. like we look at it and like, oh, okay, that's it. That's all they doing. That's no different than what's happened to Black people. I mean, everything ICE is doing is not nothing new. But to the rest of you, oh my God, look how violent he was. That guy didn't do anything and he attacked him. And how many times did we say that? That the Black person was just standing there watching and they got hemmed up, attacked, slammed on the ground. This has literally happened to Black Americans. But this is my issue. This is my whole issue. You did not care when it happened to us, but all of a sudden you care because it happened to you. That still makes you selfish. Why don't you come out and admit this? Because most of them are saying, we didn't listen when Black Americans said it. No. That's not the message you need to be saying. Listen to me very carefully what the message need to be. The message need to be, we heard Black Americans what they're saying, but we didn't care because it happened to them. As long as it wasn't happening to us, we were cool. We were cool, but now it's happening to us. Now we seeing it, but if we wasn't so selfish and didn't care about other fellow American, right? Maybe we wouldn't be dealing with this right now. None of them have said it like that we didn't care when it happened to Black people because it wasn't happening to me. I'm not worried about it, and it goes to all the groups. We're not just talking about the folks. We're talking about everybody. They seen what happened to us. If they know what we said, that means they seen the actions that produced the words that we were warning about state aggression, warning about extrajudicial killings of American citizens, warning about violating human rights, civil rights, how these police are so turned up. Like we warned about all that, and for you to repeat the warnings, repeat what we said, that means you saw what happened to us and you did not really care because it wasn't happening to you. Now it's happening to you, and now you see why a lot of Black Americans are like, I'm not bothered. See, that's part of the reason why Black America isn't protesting. Like, protest for what? Because what's happened to us, you didn't care. You didn't care anything. You didn't care what happened to Black women, Black men, Black children at the hands of these police. So, I mean, what you want us to do? That's really what it is. Y'all have to start admitting that. You didn't care because it wasn't happening to your people. Now you care because now it's happening to your own. See, another thing is a lot of people felt the superiority to Black America. Well, just work hard. Other groups said that too, not just the folks. Other groups said that. Well, my uncle, he goes work day labor, and my brother does this, and he does all these different things, and he don't commit crime, and and all that. Okay, and there's a lot of Black men that go work every day and don't commit no crimes, and yet still get harassed by the police. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody getting that harassment by the police, and there's only one group of people that could actually put a stop to it, but we're like, no, you got it. You got it. And that's why they keep calling on us to come out there. Yeah, other people around the world looking at that like, y'all letting that go on? Because they're so used to us stepping out there and putting a stop to it. That's what they use. They say, okay, America gets out of hand, Black Americans get out there, they battle with the police and all that other stuff. Eventually they're going to have to back down because Black Americans turn up. The politicians. Listen, the Democrats, they can't even attach themselves to the protests that these people are doing. But if we were out there, oh boy, they were like, oh yes, we about to get elected now because Black people out there. I'm going to attach myself to that. Yeah, that's what they'll do. And they can't do that now. Interesting though. Why you only come out and we protested? You know why? Because when we step foot on the field, if you want to look at it, we Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to get shine from Jordan, being out there with Jordan, right? That's really what Black America is. We Jordan. See, right now what you're seeing is just the bench out there in the street. And the bench don't win championships. It's people like Jordan and them. That's what win the championship. People like Kobe. That's what win a championship, right? And that's what they want. They want us on the field. Because they say, man, you the only one that can deal with this other side. We can't. Well, you're going to learn. You better go watch film of what we did and just mimic that. Some of you could say that, you got more of a people in this country. I'm like, okay, you got more people. That means you got more people to spare, actually, than Black people do. To do what you got to do for your rights. So I hear what she's saying, but, I mean, it's really kind of fall on deaf ears at this point. Because if you'd listen to us, none of this would be happening. So what is the moral of the story? Listen to Black people when we're talking to you. Act when we tell you to act. Vote the way we tell you to vote. And your life will be so much easier that way. Continue to be against Black America.